exit part? Wow, that's hot. Hold it.
Jessie Montgomery. I'm 19. I am gay, and I am from Omaha, Nebraska.
What are your hobbies?
My hobbies, I like to dance. Like, I go out every weekend to the club downtown, and I just dance my ass off. Like, I'm sweating a pool of sweat by the end of the night.
Every time I see you in the house or whatever, if we're not working, I just see you like with the headphones on and just dancing around.
Yeah, I love dancing. Other than that, I like swimming.
Tired, like it's just all the time.
I know. But other than that, I like to go swimming and walking, pretty much.
Do you play any instruments?
I don't play any instruments anymore. I used to while I was end of elementary school, beginning of middle school. I was playing trumpet in my school band.
Oh, cute.
I was the only trumpet for 3 years.
Have you ever done any acting before?
I have not, actually. I've never had any bit of acting anywhere in my history of school and being out of school.
Oh, wow.
Never done acting.
That's funny that you say that because I think you're really good. You're very natural in front of a camera. Are you in a relationship?
I am dating right now. He looks as Jamie Sanders. I mean, he's the cutest little cabana boy I could ever ask for.
He's a sweetie.
He is.
Can you describe in detail your first sexual experience with a guy or girl?
First time I ever had sex. I had just come home from school and I was texting a guy that was living 3 hours away from me. And we were just texting, and once I got home from school, he was like, "Hey, I'm coming up later this evening. You want to hang out?" And I was like, "Sure." And when he got there, we skipped everything else and just went straight to the boat ramp and fucked in his back seat right on the boat ramp by the river.
Awesome. Have you ever been with a girl?
Yes.
Oh, really? What? Was it a girlfriend or like a friend or?
No, it was just a point to prove that I could take anybody from my cousin.
Wait, you stole your cousin's girlfriend?
I did.
Wait, so what were the details surrounding that?
Well, my cousin is like the really snobby kind of person, so he's like, "Yeah, I can have anybody," and blah 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 blah. And I was like, "Yeah," and I'm pretty sure all I have to do is say, "Hey, let's go to the back bedroom. I could take any girl from you." It's like, I highly doubt that. And I looked right at his girlfriend and I said, "Want to go to the back bedroom?" No hesitation. She said yes.
Was he there when that happened?
Oh, yeah. I asked her right after that conversation had happened.
When did you come out and describe the experience? Was it scary or supportive?
Well, at first it was kind of scary because the second group of people I came out to were my two brothers. And it was really awkward with that because I was sharing a bedroom with them. And my stepbrother, it came from a very very religious family. Like, my grandparents used to be ministers for their church. And, I mean, my brothers and I were just hanging out, and I was like, "Guys, hold on. My boyfriend's calling." And they was like, "Wait, what?" And ran downstairs and told my mom and stepdad. And they came upstairs and talked to me. And, I mean, I was really scared because they walked in and was like, "Can we talk to you for a second?" I was like, "Yes." And they're like, it's about what you told to your brothers. And they told me just keep it out of the house and away from my brother's eyes, and it'll be okay. I can talk about it to them, but no one else, really, in the family.
How old are your brothers?
Right now, they're both 17.
Okay, so younger. Describe in detail your perfect sex partner or ideal man.
My cabana boy.
Jamie?
Yes. See, it has to be a little shorter than me. Other than that, they've got to have a great personality and have to have some connection in one way or another of hobbies or whatever.
So what turns you on?
What turns me on? Well, I found out just recently a new turn on for me.
What?
Someone vampire biting my wrist and just sucking on my wrist. Like, just a weird sensation just flows through my body. It's like, oh, this feels really good. But
So Jamie just started doing that one night, and then you were like, oh.
well, like he just randomly bit me just out of play, and I'm like, don't do that, because that sheer thrill just went through my body. It's like the split second he bit me. It's like, don't do that, and now he like uses that every time to
Get you riled up.
yeah. But pretty much anything kind of like vampire style, like biting on the neck, playing with the neck, playing with my ears.
A lot of people say that.
And then, like I said, the newly found biting my wrist.
That's funny. So I guess that's sort of a fetish. Would you have any other like fetishes like that?
I don't know. Probably like my thighs, like right below the joints. It's like really tingly and sensational and fantastic.
Do you like to top or bottom more in your personal life?
In my personal life, I like to top more. I mean, I'll bottom every now and then, but I prefer to top in my personal life.
Can you describe your ultimate sex fantasy?
Ooh. It's got to be with it has to involve a hot tub surrounded by candles. Like, the only lighting is the candlelight, unless the hot tub has a little light on the inside of it. But a candlelight surrounded hot tub, and I'm big into romance, so it's got to be sweet and passionate and very romantic. So
well, we have a hot tub here, so
yes.
Oh, that was my next question. Can we film it?
Of course.
What's the craziest thing you've ever done sexually?
Porn.
Stuff is like stuff that we filmed.
Yeah, that is, especially in the Helix Academy ending scene with the gangbang sling. That is by far the craziest thing I've ever done.
Was that your first time in a sling in your
Yes,
life?
it was.
Wow.
A lot of first times came from Helix, so.
Any Helix models you like a scene with that you haven't yet?
Luke Allen, Roman Daniels, who else? That's pretty much like who I really want to do a scene with.
Do you watch porn in your life? What do you do to get off in your life, in your personal life?
Jamie. No, if I'm just by myself and I want to get off, I either pull up porn or I just sit there and just like shoot flashbacks of past sexual experiences through my head.
Do you think more about like personal life stuff, or like have you ever thought about like one of your scenes, or?
I do think more personal life. I've never seen like a full one of my scenes. I watch all the B-roll and cut when the sex starts, but yeah, so
Just memories.
yeah. If I go to use any of my porn, I go flashbacks, parts I liked about the scenes, and.
So regarding your sexual fantasies that you think about when you're jacking off, like, can you be a little more specific? Like, what do you think about?
I'm really big into the bareback scene. Like, if I have to be, I love bareback. I love it. When I put on porn to jack off and everything, I always go to bareback or cream pie or other scenes that are like that. And if I'm not watching porn, sometimes I'll think about the first time I ever had sex. Yeah, on the boat ramp by the river.
What is it about the bareback that specifically turns you on so much about it?
Because it looks more natural, and I don't know why. Like,
is it like the feeling of it?
yeah, I think so. Like, it helps me put my mindset that I'm in the place of the top or the bottom when I go to get off, when I'm watching it. Because the hand tightening it, loosening it, makes it feel like I'm fucking someone. And then if I'm using a toy, then yeah, it makes it feel like it makes me put myself in the place of whatever part I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. It's more visceral.
Yeah.
What is the most amazing sex you've ever had in your life, your personal life? Sort of like tell the story of it.
My personal life was with Jamie. We were making out in the shower, and then out of nowhere he just pulls out the lube and just starts putting it on my dick. And he's like, I just want you to fuck me right here, right now. Any position you want. And then, so we started out in the shower. I can't remember what all we did in the shower. Because I know we moved from the shower to the bathroom floor to the bedroom. And the bedroom is where all the details that I remember happened. Because I threw him onto the bed. Oh, gosh. The night was such a blur, but it was the hottest night I've ever had. I threw him onto the bed. I fucked him while he was laying on his stomach, and then we moved into doggy style. And then he was like, "Go over to the mirror," because he likes to watch himself, and so I actually kind of do too. I found that out recently too. So I fucked him standing doggy. On the dresser facing the mirror. Then I propped him up onto the dresser. Like, we shoved everything off. I put him up, sat him on the dresser, and I fucked him standing missionary. And then we went to the living room where I fucked him missionary again until we both came. On the living room couch. It's the hottest night in my personal life. Yet.
Yet. Do you have a favorite porn star? Besides Jamie?
Honestly, I don't know. Like, I've worked with so many that I know, but outside of Helix, I don't really watch porn.
Did you have, so like when you were younger, maybe you saw someone?
Tommy Anders and Kyler Moss. Those were Tommy Anders was kind of the reason I applied to Helix. And then Kyler Moss I just always found really cute. He was a cute. Yeah, I always thought he was a cutie.
When and why did you get started in porn?
I started in porn around October of last year. And basically, the reason why, I always wanted to see what it was like. I've watched porn for a few years, for a couple of years before I started in it, and I mean, I've always wondered like, what goes on, like how is it all done, and that's what got me started.
How many videos have you made?
I have made 27 videos to the date.
Wow.
My latest scene just came out today. It was my photo shoot.
The Helix Academy photo shoot.
Yep, I just watched that today.
And then how does it differ from before you started? What was your impression of what it would be like, and how did it turn out different or the same?
I thought it was like, oh, we're having sex multiple times, or like we're prolonging so much, going through it all. But first time filming, it just went by so quickly, and it's like it kind of feels natural because of who you're doing the scenes with, but at the same time it stays business-like, kind of, in a sense of organization and time manner. I think it feels all natural. Like, it's pretty much you're just there having sex, and then there's cameras, and if someone needs a break, everyone's just so cool with it because it goes by so quickly.
How is it different than what you expected?
I pretty much thought it was going to be just non-stop filming, and like there's not, like, you're really doing nothing but filming, really. And then it was a lot different than what I thought it would be. 'Cause I thought it was non-stop filming with people you're not gonna ever get to know or like hang out with or see what they're really like, and pretty much everybody just expects the sex. But coming into it, it's really not like that. I mean, there is all the filming and people expect you for all the sex, but then outside of it, it's really nothing. It's like all hanging out and fun.
So how has your experience with Helix been?
My experience with Helix has been amazing. I made so many friends, honestly.
Met your boyfriend.
I met my boyfriend. Hung out with some really cool people and filmed so many great scenes that I'm just glad to be where I'm at through it. I mean, Helix made me where I'm at.